my name's Rebecca Milne. I have a little girl who is 2. So my little girl was 18 months old at the time, and she was really struggling, or rather we were both really struggling with sleep. She was sleeping in my bed, and she was never sleeping through the night, and I just was at the end of my tether. I'd tried everything, but I was finding myself trying different things each night in the hope that they might work. And all that you read in the blogs that Claire writes is about consistency. And I thought, I really need some help with this because nothing seems to be working, and the one thing I'm meant to be doing, I'm not doing. So that's where we're into. Yeah, I read the blog post that Claire had written on separation anxiety, and it just sounded like my little girl, and I was like, wow, this is a thing. And I started following Bespoke on Instagram, and they popped up on stories all the time, and all of the blog posts I read were so well written, and just it felt like it was aimed specifically at me and my situation. So I really liked that. After a couple of weeks, if that, actually, of the sleep programme that Claire had put in place, my little girl was sleeping through the night, and it was a complete life changer, and I don't use that lightly. It made a huge difference to our family life and to my mental health as well. And Claire, the way that she approached it was so positive, and there was no judgment, and it was very gentle. The amount of change that my little girl had been through with moving around, it didn't feel fair to leave her crying in her cot, and because she had suffered separation anxiety, it was the plan that we came up with, the sleep program that we came up with together, and it was a collaboration, was gentle and kind, and it felt right for us. So it really was bespoke. Just from reading the blog posts, and the webinars have been fantastic as well. I attended a couple of the webinars, the behaviours and emotions webinar, which was great. And again, there was no judgment. It was lots of really practical tips and tricks. There's a lot of theory that you read and you go, okay, that's all very good and well, but how do I do that? And Claire was really good at giving examples and the language that we should be using around our children to kind of help encourage them to grow in a positive way. Also the toilet training, which was a complete eye-opener, because it turns out that my little girl was ready to move to using the toilet, but I wasn't quite there yet. So it was quite nice to kind of to see what was being said, and to hear other parents' inputs as well, because there was always a question and answer session, and he's like, oh yeah, I wanted to know that too. So that was quite nice. Yes, definitely. They are my go-to for any kind of advice, and pointing friends and relatives in Bespoke's direction as well, to say that this is I've read a really great blog post, here's the details, or a couple of friends who have had similar sleep issues, they've had fantastic results using Claire's plans as well. So yeah, it's all good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out what the next age group for behaviours and emotions are. I'm quite excited. I was like, all right, okay, so now we've done this bit, how do we grow up, and what does that look like? I honestly can't speak highly enough about them. They're wonderful, and Rebecca's been so proactive in communications and setting up calls and things like that, and yeah, it's it's been really helpful to have a kind of shoulder to cry on, even if it's remotely. That's what it feels like. It feels like somebody's just putting an arm around you and giving you a hug and going, it's okay, you're doing really well, keep doing what you're doing, or maybe if you tweak this or tweak that, then things might work for you. So